New cards, PogChamp, new cards, PogChamp. Well, we've got the crossover breakers, names, and rarities. Let's just get ready to read it right now. Ryzeal. No! They have killed Dead Namer. How could this happen? I mean, actually, probably not particularly surprising. Detonator's a good name, too. I can't be mad. Ryzeal Detonator, that's a good name. I also like that these cards are named normal things. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, they're getting really long. The texts are getting unbelievable. But importantly, the names are getting so incomprehensible, it's hard to even really refer to them these days. I appreciate these are like, this is the ice one. This is the sword one. Okay. The big loser for this is Ryzeal Plasma Hold. This card is supposed to be named Hole Thruster, not Plasma Hole. The card is named Hole Thruster. Come on. Now we will no longer be the Hole Thruster. This kills my rap. Do you guys remember my rap? I feel like Ryzeal trap card. Man, I'm that Hole Thruster. Okay, yeah. Okay. Next up. Shark and Kaito Journey to Victory with Galaxy support and number S37 Spider Shark. They are trying so hard to get us to play sharks. Folks, we're not playing sharks. I don't know what to tell you. Peeps isn't playing sharks. No one's playing sharks. This deck, imagine being like, dude, I gotta play this sick-ass rank 4 Xyz strategy. And they'll be like, yeah, Ryzeal? And you'll go, no, I'm going to overlay for number 4, Stealth Kragan. Anyway, S37 Spider Shark. This is not the first S number. There's an S Utopia, right? You can also Xyz summon this card by using number 37 Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark, which, by the way, stupidest name for a card ever, you control as material. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, target a monster your opponent controls, banish it, and if you do, any face-up monster they currently control loses 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Good effect. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was destroyed and sent there this turn after being Xyz summoned, you can special summon it. Number S38, Titanic Galaxy. That's what we needed, a good version of Titanic Galaxy. So you can put this on top just like the other one. Gains 200 attack for each material it has. Oh, thank God. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 spell traps your opponent controls. Attach them to this card as a material. The targeted cards and their effects cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. You can detach a material from this card. Until the end of the turn, the card's original attack becomes 1,500 and it can attack directly. All right, I mean, this could be worse. It's like a telegraphed Night Beam. I could see this finding space in some of the bad horror strategies that are just natively playing rank 8. But, you know, it is what it is. The problem is, to make this card, you have to make Titanic Galaxy first. And if you're playing a rank 8 strategy that makes 8s, usually Titanic Galaxy is part of your first turn end board. So it would require your opponent to fuck up getting rid of the Titanic Galaxy, and then you to make this. And then I guess it's also a Zeus pilot. I don't know. I feel like maybe this isn't as good as it reads. Next up, Revelation of Hope. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Send a face-up level 8 dragon monster you control to the graveyard. Special a rank 8 dragon Xyz from your extra deck. This is treated as an Xyz. Bad. Card's not good. And Galaxy Journey. Oh, good. Okay, so this is a Galaxy card, which means you can search it with everything. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. One, special summon a banished light or dark monster. Or, if a face-up Xyz monster you control becomes banished while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, then target one of those monsters, special summon it. I mean, it is a card Galaxy may consider playing. The problem is that, like, ready, It's an extension for Galaxy in a deck that already has like 95 extenders. It's a quick, I guess. I don't know. Galaxy can finally not get totally dumpstered by Bestials. Doesn't this still dumpster them? It's like, no, man. Now you can beat Bestials if you draw a quick play. I don't know. I don't really buy it. I think this is one of those cards that people will experiment with, will try and do funny stuff with, but I don't think it's going to be like good. Yeah, chat's got it right, I think. Seems good, but probably not good enough. Next up, set off on a new adventure with fairy tale friends. All right, so first up we have Bat the Forest Ninja. This is actually not a ninja. This is a bat. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If there is a face-up card in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if normal summoned and special summoned, and you have Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn, which I guess we'll get to later, on your field or in your graveyard, you can add a light beast monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, do I even need to say it? If only we had a list of every light beast. Fabled. We have Wonko, who up wonking the Noble Knight of the Forest. I feel like we've done these before. I'm feeling deja vu. Have we looked at these already? I don't think so. What am I, crazy? If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn from your deck to your hand, or if you have Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn on your field or in your graveyard, you can draw a card instead. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks while there is a card in the field zone. When destroyed by battle, you can make the monster that it destroyed lose 500 at attack. So I guess I will say, this is a Noble Knight, right? Did they just make it a Noble Knight as a joke? Is it actually a Noble Knight? Huh. All right. And then this card better solve everything wrong with the deck. All battle damage either player takes is halved. If you control a light beast monster or a 7 or 8 dragon synchro monster, you can draw a card. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can send this card from the field zone to the graveyard to place a field spell from your hand or deck face up in your field zone, except Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn. AFD. AFD. This card's okay. Okay, I was kind of expecting more. I think these are just kind of bad cards that are being printed to fill out a manga archetype. Moving on. Freeze the world with new ice spellcaster support. So, I guess I'll say it. No one else is willing to say it. Last week's Twitter thread, people said, I want more Blizzard Princess, White Knight Dragon, shit like that. Load in today. Konami has taken note. They are printing more of these freaking guys. First up, we have Ice Doll. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate any of these cards' effects except water monsters. Hi. Oh, okay. I'm doing new cards.
Oh, are they good?
Well, let's find out together.
That one's like me, because I'm an ice doll. Because I'm cute and get cold. And I didn't really think about too much how I'm like ice doll.
And you can discard a water monster to special summon this card from your hand.
I suppose I can.
If this card is normal or special, you can add a water spellcaster from your deck to your hand. Folks, we need a list of every water spellcaster target. If only there were some sort of curry bandit who was willing to do that.
Listen, I'm always adding one water spellcaster monster from my deck to my hand.
If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add an Ice Doll Mirror from your deck to your hand. I assume we'll get to that in a second. Is there anything good we can add with this? Blue Boy? Blue Boy's good. The Ice Barrier guys are good. I guess you can get June Moon off this, right? And then...
Oh, there's the Ice Doll Mirror.
That's the Ice Doll Mirror.
Wow, that figures in the famous disaster.
You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. Send a water monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to special summon a monster from your hand or deck with the same name as a water monster you control. Also, you're waterlocked, and you can banish this to add an Ice Doll from your deck to your hand. What the hell's the use case for this? What do you...
Oh, is it like... Okay, can I... Is it like you... If your Ice Doll card gets sent to the graveyard, you have a way to get it back using the Ice Doll Mirror? But then why wouldn't you just have 2 Ice Dolls?
Who knows?
Is that a good question, or a question because I don't know the game? Okay.
This is a Mermail card. I see. And finally, Twin Pillars of Ice. Wow, those Twin Pillars of Ice are forming a kind of barrier between the monster and the man. Some sort of ice barrier. Special summon 2 Ice Pillar tokens in defense position. Also, you're extra locked. You can banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a water monster.
Is this supposed to be like Frozen themed?
No, that's Abominable Snowman.
Well, she makes an ice monster, and she kind of is an Ice Doll.
No.
I think it's a Frozen themed.
This card is interesting. I'm pretty... I would like to see if there is something you can do with exactly these 2 cards. It's a fun little engine. It's like a little ice circular, but I don't know what it's for. There's not like a deck that this immediately slots into. So...
It's your Frozen deck.
It is your Frozen deck.
Yeah. You just gotta let it go.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's do the speed duel skills. Oh, we have this first. A new mechanic arrives to Rush Duel. Rush Duel. It is Ritual. Oh. Oh, wait. It appears that they have fixed it. Ritual is from Extra Deck in Rush Duel. Hold up. Wokage. I didn't know that it would be Peak. A spell card and only monsters on your field, and the monster is summoned from your Extra Deck. I'm in. That's just Fusion, though. What you're describing is Fusion. That's the exact same as Fusion. All right. Let's do the skills. We are getting Speed Duel skills for Speed Duel, the format nobody plays that's already dead. This one's kind of weird because, like, they're releasing a final Speed Duel product, but there's no future product, so who cares that they're releasing more, right? But whatever. Here's what we've got. Battle City Fucker and Red Eyes Inferno. Reveal a Guilford the Lightning, Insect Queen Jinzo, or the Legendary Fisherman, put it on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. And then once per turn, discard a card, add a Guilford the Lightning from your deck to your hand, then you contribute summon a warrior monster in addition to your normal summoner set. Okay, they want us to play Guilford. I get it. We are supposed to play Guilford. Red Eyes Inferno. Red Eyes costs 1 less tribute for each monster your opponent controls. You can discard a spell, then apply one of these skills. If you control Red Eyes Black Dragon, burn your opponent, and also you can't attack. Or fusion summon using Red Eyes, using monsters from your hand or field, and can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end of this turn. What's the card for that? Slash Dragon isn't in this, is it? If it is, that's crazy. If not, it's terrible. For Odeon, we have Royal Temple of the Kings and Desert's Peril. Royal Temple of the Kings is unaffected by opponent's card effects. Mystical Beast of Circuit cannot be destroyed by its own effect. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points. This turn, you can activate a continuous trap with the effect that special summons itself as a monster the turn it was set. Fun. And Deserts of Peril. Flip all monsters you control face down and shuffle them in your main monster zone. Then you can change the battle position of one monster you control. I didn't know that the pure advantage camo would be munching all noobs. For a Shizu, we have these two. During your draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, and put the other in your graveyard. Your next battle phase is skipped. If you have 15 more cards in your graveyard, you can banish Exchange of the Spirit to activate its effect. I don't... So... And Keeper of the Valley, once per duel, you can discard a card, add a spell trap that mentions Necro Valley from your graveyard to your hand. And your graveyard is affected by Necro Valley, is unaffected by Necro Valley. This first one seems interesting. Exchange of the Spirit isn't, like, consistent in this format, is it? God, I hope not. Oh, here, yeah, I got you. No, I've done these. Oh, no, I haven't. We'll come back to those. Yami Merrick is in Battle City Finals. Advent of Ra. When you tribute summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, its attack and defense become the combined attack and defense. Once per turn, activate one of these skills. Reveal the Winged Dragon of Ra, put it on the bottom of the deck, then draw. Once per duel, discard a card, then add the Winged Dragon of Ra, okay? And then this is the string skill. Once per turn, give control of a face-up monster you control to your opponent, and if you do, it cannot be tributed. Once per duel during the end phase, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls that you own, and if you do, inflict 500 to your opponent, and you take no damage from cards you own. Crap. Mai made it to Battle City Finals, I forgot. Harpy monsters are also treated as Amazonas monsters and vice versa. Is that the first time vice versa has been printed on a Yu-Gi-Oh card? While they are on the field or the graveyard. Once per duel, you can discard a monster to make a Harpy or an Amazonas gain attack equal to the level of the discarded monster times 200. And then Harpy's Kaleidoscope. Sisters can't be destroyed by your opponent's monster or trap effects. And once per turn during the main phase, you can put 2 winged beast monsters from your graveyard on the bottom of the deck in any order. Then return a monster your opponent controls to the hand. It's the Feather, right? Killpen of Gydos. And then finally, randos. Noah's Ark. That's so funny. Battle City Bestie. You take no battle damage during your turn. And if your opponent activated a card or effect, draw a card. During your main phase, you can add a card from your deck to your hand, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. What? Are you fucking kidding me? That Tristan's skill is just Demonic Tutor? Huh? Okay. See Me Rolling. There's no way it's named that. Once per turn, you can add a card with an effect that requires a die roll from your deck to your hand. Then put a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. And then once per turn, when you roll a dice, you can re-roll it once. And then finally, once per duel, you can add Shinato or Shinato's Arc from your deck to your hand and then put a card on the bottom of your deck. Once per turn, if you control a level 5 or higher spirit monster or Shinato, add a spirit from your graveyard to your hand. During your turn, you can normal summon a spirit monster with the same original name as a monster that was normal summoned during your previous turn, in addition to your normal summon this turn. Fun. I don't know. I'm just thinking about Tristan. All right. Last ones, we're going to do the new Magistus cards. Oh, no, he's hot. Okay, Gift of Magistus Crowley. Didn't we already do this one? It's popular, right? All right, let's do the fusion. Magistus Verathronga Zoroa. Oh, yeah. You can target an effect monster your opponent controls or has in your graveyard. Equip it to this card, so it's Thousand Eyes Restrict. When a monster effect is activated, you can send a face-up Magistus monster card you control to the graveyard, negate that effect, then you can destroy a card your opponent controls. Whoa. We have a good card. They gave the archetype a good card. Oh my god. Next up we have Vare Magic Lacrima of Light. This one we've already done. And Magia Magic Thor's Hammer. Send a face-up Magistus card you control to the graveyard, or remove 2 spell counters from your field, which is probably the one we're using. Special summon a spellcaster from your hand, face-up extra deck or graveyard, or banish a card on the field. I don't know. I actually don't think this card is particularly good. Oh boy. Special of spellcaster. Yippee! The banish effect is cool, but I feel like it would be a lot better if it was a quick play. Like it's a normal play. It's just Soul Taker, right? Well, at least Zoroa's cool. Who is Zoroa, by the way? Does he have his own archetype yet? Because the rest of them do. He died. Oh. Sorry, dog. We have another one? No, we did this already. Oh my god! What? How is this happening? More new cards PogChamp. Nico Ichi. 2-for-1 repair job. Banish a Dark Machine monster from your graveyard. Special a monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard that mentions Engine Token. Okay. If a face-up Dark Machine monster you control is sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard except by battle, you can banish this card, special summon an Engine Token. Who mentions Engine Token? It's just this guy, right? It's a searcher for 1 card? Nope. There's another? All right, I'll look it up. Fiendish Engine Omega, Motor Frenzy, and Motor Shell. Okay, these are all bad. Scrap Garage. If a face-up machine monster you control is destroyed by battle or effect, target up to 3 machine monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, but make their attack and defense 0. I know Peeps is going to force this. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target a machine monster you control, destroy it. Right on cue, Peeps says, these cards are weird. I think they're Machina support. Oh, are they? You think? I think they're poo-poo doo-doo. The worst Orchest trick ever. For sure. All right, this concludes New Cards PogChamp.